What's up, Facebook? What's up, Instagram Live? Guys, like and share this feed. Bring you guys listen to this gospel trap music out here on Sunday.
Gospel crap, baby. Yes.
This gospel trap music is for real,
Being
for real.
rich.
Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I want you to come on Instagram. Oh, I see you. My bad. It's my fault. You came on. What's up, Facebook guys? Like and share this feed. Like and share this feed. Oh, there you go. You perfectly find that.
Y'all can't see me right there. Put that right there. Y'all can
We
see
good. We good. We good. We good. We good.
see my hair.
So you kind of put me onto this song by Lecrae being broke makes you rich. I like this song, especially too when he comes to he talks about in this song. Let me go to it. You look too turned up for the song, Brett.
That's what's wrong.
It's like you Sunday. Here it is. I'm going to it. He talks about in this song, being poor made me rich. All right. And that's so cool that he says that being poor made him rich because when you know what it is to be broke, you never want to live that way again.
But the other part of it is what he's talking about is the humility factor. It's like, um, for some people, being low makes them quit, but being low made him high. It put him in a
That's
different
true.
position. Like
That's
it
true.
humbled him enough to say, okay, I'm gonna go to the next level.
Yeah, and that's key in this next season of living is to what are you going to allow your low points of your life to do for you? All right, what are you going to do with your low points? All right, are your low points going to raise you up higher, or are you going to let it take you down more so? And I think that's the key where we all are, especially with COVID. COVID has kind of knocked everybody out. You
Yeah,
know, some have advanced, some have some people didn't do it, unfortunately. But it's like in this season of just kind of moving the person forward. What are you trying to do? That's why we call it Step It Up Sunday. All right, Step It Up
yes.
Sunday, guys. Like and share this feed. We're so happy to be with you guys today. We're gonna have some good conversation. This is actually like I think like day number 8. We're going live, and we're not stopping. We keep going. We was a little tired today. We are supposed to go live at 3, but it's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. It's cool. We wanted to make sure we got in for Patty and Miss Patty
Oh
LaBelle
my
and Pastor
God.
Warren. We did not want to get told of being live at the same time they're going live.
So our goal was to make sure that we were on here before Patty and Gladys. So Patty and Gladys before they go live.
Now, but how was your Sunday though, Brandy? How was your Sunday?
This Sunday was actually really good Sunday. I was with some of my team members, and
Hey,
showing them how to plug in a little bit further into this space. So it was really, really good.
yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's super dope. It's always a blessing to when new people come into our trading space because it gives them insight. And I remember when I was not acclimated to what we do with trading, and it was like, what do I do? What do I do? What did I sign up for? And now we're just like kind of rolling and showing people the way, which is so dope because I never thought that in this space I would know as much as I did.
Yeah,
But even to it, what I had to step it up, and that was a key word for this day, is step it up. And even so, I'm also excited too. We're also doing some personal development as well too. So in this Step It Up Sunday, starting this week actually with our teams, we're gonna put this in the chat too with our personal chat about No Limits. This we're reading. Dr. Drew referred this book to us to read for our team. No Limits by John C. Maxwell. And we're really excited to start this process because what happens is in life sometimes we get away with not doing daily personal growth. We
yeah,
get so caught up in what we're used to doing when the elevation in life is meant to take us higher, but we're not really accepting those moments to say, hey, it's time to move it up. It's time to move it
yeah.
up, and that's what we're really working on right now.
And I absolutely love this book. I started it already. I've started reading, and I'm not gonna lie. Um, with those personal idiosyncrasies and those personal things that you need to work on and you need to develop, it has been challenging for me. And
Yeah,
it's highlighting some things that it's a mirror. It's that thing that it's the mirror to show you where you are and where you aren't. And so I'm
yeah.
seeing those areas where I know I need to step it up in because of this book.
That's so true, and that's true because I think too is the real part about growth is being honest with yourself.
Baby.
Oftentimes that's not the thing to do. Be honest with yourself, and sometimes the more honest you are with yourself, the more growth you start to have.
Yeah.
You know, especially as a chef too. Like, you know, in our you're, I'm a chef and you're a hairdresser. You know, well by trade that's what we are.
Yeah.
And honestly, the only way we stay current is by being good at what we do, but always being a student to learn more because things become outdated. You know, I can't be still serving you the same type of food years ago. Not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but I can't be putting fat back on a plate. You know, with the nutrition movement going on.
Some people like that fat back. Oh my mind. Oh, the fat back is still in play for some.
I got to switch up a little more to open
You
my
do.
to expand my audience, you know.
Yes.
And you got to think too, when times are changing, you got to really kind of be adaptable. The perfect company that's an example of this is Nokia. Nokia did an interview a couple years ago, and they said, you know, it's not that we lost, it's just that we never evolved. They were so
Wow.
okay. I don't remember that Nokia phone. It was like one brick. You could drop it, you could throw it. That phone just lasted forever. But what happened is they never started to really develop and change their product. And that's why Apple came on the scene, where every single year Apple started messing up your phone because a new phone is coming out, and
Intentional.
next intentionally you start getting the phone. They make it so susceptible where they have their own chargers.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like when you start thinking about stuff like that with progress and growth and stepping up in areas of your life, listen, we got to move with the times. It doesn't mean say we got to be fake or phony, but if the times are growing, why are you not growing in your own personal life?
Yeah. And it's really this the season, and I think because of everything that's been going on,
Mm,
us being isolated and being able
yeah,
to be at home, and a lot of us having time to self-reflect, and
yeah,
when you're alone and you're isolated and you can't go outside, and you can't, some people they can and some people can't, but you can't go outside and do some of those things that you used to
mhm,
do. It gives
mhm,
you that opportunity to deal with those things that, if you're wise, it gives you the
yeah,
opportunity to deal with those things that you may not have been able to deal with because you were always on the go. So now, being in this place of a pandemic, and beats a lot of us being at home, now is that
mhm,
time where we have to reflect and see where we can grow, where we haven't been growing, some communication issues with people in your family. I mean, those things that personal development and household development is something that
yeah.
we're able to see now because we have the time and we've been forced to
Mhm.
stay still, to pause.
Yeah, you've been forced to pause. This has been a season of pause. And what I love
Yeah.
about the most is if your finances weren't right, it taught you that your finances weren't right.
Shows
You
shows you.
know, if your health wasn't right, it showed you that too. Like all these different things showed you, even to job security. If you thought you were
Yeah.
safe in your job, some like in my industry too, with food service, it was like annihilated. You know, thankfully that we have outdoor dining now, so even so, like I've been trying to support more restaurants, local restaurants, the
Yeah.
past couple of weeks, because it's a suffering economy, and that's the number one industry in the world, food service.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs to eat, and it's in fact the biggest industry, and it hasn't been bailed out neither, because eating out is actually deemed a privilege
Yeah.
you know. So we're just thinking about that is just like I've been really able to sit down and really start to process. Okay, Josh, this is what you was doing this last, because this was such a big year for like, especially me. Like I turned 30 this year. I've been doing my business for
Woo!
20 years. So all this is like a really big year of stuff I wanted to plan to do. But then it was like I had to sit down like, oh, gotta stop doing that. Gotta stop
Yeah.
doing that. But it was a good reflection moment because I really started to see like, okay, I could do this better, or you know what, let me work on this part of my life because I started realizing that what I was doing is not that it wasn't good, but is it good enough to get you to the next level?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was something that I even had to reflect on in my business when it came to the hair industry, because
Yeah,
I love doing hair. I love the
yeah,
hair industry. I love everything about product development and, continuing education. But
mm,
as much as I love those things and as much as I love making people feel beautiful, the reality of it is what I know I'm called to, it's not going to get me there. The hair industry, what I was doing was not going to
mm,
get me there. And being able to sit down for those
mm,
months where we were shut down, because we were shut down, our industry was
yeah.
shut down, wasn't able
Unless
to
you
do
do it in the
anything.
kitchen,
Yeah, and
kitchens and
I
suites.
had no intention of doing that. So I was
Yeah,
like, we're shut down. And so literally I was able to see that, you know, you can make money a different way
yeah,
digitally. This is a way that you can make money. There's a digital boom that's taking place that you are able and
Right.
capable.
Boom. That's right.
Digital book that's taking place as we speak in the midst of this turmoil that we see. God is providing a way for you to make money without having to toil for it, without having to work hard for it. So this is what you
That's so
need to,
true.
yeah, you need to examine and you need to take advantage of,
Mm-hmm.
because even though COVID came, I really believe that it is, if we have perspective, the right perspective, we can find the blessing in the midst of this mess. And so I
Yeah.
really,
It's
our
good. That's
space is
good
a
stuff.
blessing.
Yeah, and it's like honestly, like this season is like going to the eye doctor. We go to the eye doctor, they say, "Is this better? Is this better? All right, is this better? Is this better?" It's all about your perspective.
Yeah,
Sometimes the vision is not clear because you have not changed your perspective. For
yeah,
those who really had hard times, and we all had hard times, but I feel that honestly though, it wasn't as hard when I changed my perspective.
yeah.
When I allowed myself to let go of always trying to take control of what's going on in my life
Woo!
and just really submitted it to God. Say, all right, God, listen. Whatever
Control.
you want to do, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah,
with,
yeah,
but that control is so important. But then when you just like start to give up that control, release that control, to start saying, you know what, let not my will, but your will be done, and let me just focus on what you have for me. And this
yeah,
season, let me focus on the things that are working, not because
yeah,
it's not working. Because honestly, this was the season of the entrepreneur. To start businesses online, whether it's start whatever you could do, to start a business. And honestly, I think the biggest blessing for me is that when I really started to trade forex in January, it was a push in my spirit about it. I'm glad I did, because if I didn't, I wouldn't learn the foundational principles. Because remember, January, February, March, after March, everything started to shut down, and May was dead.
yeah,
June was dead. July, August, it started to pick up a little bit, but thankfully so, I had a way to go into the market. And I think what really made me appreciate it more is that, of course, like I'm leaving teaching, and that aspect of going to the classroom. I've been back to the classroom maybe like 6 days, and I'm like, man, I was this whole last like 4 or 5 months, I literally was just trading from my phone and going into the market and trading. Now I have to physically get up, get dressed for work, drive to work, 45 minutes to an hour, deal with
yeah,
traffic, and now I'm like, I don't really think this is the move right now. And there's nothing wrong with that, but when you're learning to progress and step it up, you got to
yeah.
realize what you're comfortable doing does not mean that it's going to be comfortable to get you to the next level.
Yeah.
And going to that next level is going to require you making some sacrifices and giving some things up. Because sometimes you got to take one step back to take 20 steps forward.
Yeah, that's really good, because with that point, because I really believe that I was made to feel uncomfortable to get me
Mhm.
out of the hair industry. And it was only
Oh
because
yeah.
when I come back, I had to take temperatures. I had to make sure we had masks. I had to make sure that, every time, I'm not saying that those, and I'm gonna just be honest, some of those things were really good for my industry, because I feel like some stuff we should have been doing anyway. But
Like
when
washing your
it's
hands and stuff like
like, it's like some of that stuff, I'm like, maybe we should have been having masks on in the first place so we don't be spitting on people and stuff like that. But
that.
it's just, yeah, it was some stuff was, it's common sense for our industry, but
Yeah.
it's not so common. And so when we got back and we had to do all of those things, and it added stress on top of an already stressful situation, I really feel like it was God saying that, okay, you're uncomfortable in this place now because it's time to do something different. It's time for me to introduce this to you full time, where you have to come out from behind the chair so I can show you a better way, so you can be at home with your children, so you can go ahead and do what you're called to do that's not behind the chair.
And I value my time so much because of the space.
Yeah.
Where even too is like I'm not even accepting everybody's gig. And it's not to say like, oh, I'm too good for that, but some people when they hit you up, they got attitude problems, and it's just like, especially when you're a black owned business, it's just like
Woo!
level of respect sometimes that we get is all the way down low
Because
because
there's
they
this
get
standard
familiar.
on us. This
Yeah.
standard, like if you are a black owned business, you're not supposed to mess up. You can't do no wrong. You got to have the standard of excellence that's like above everybody else's. And I'm like, you don't hold these other companies like that. Why would
And
you
it's
do that?
not that we don't, but it's just like don't make it seem like we gotta service you because honestly,
Yeah,
it's just like I love what I do, but at the end of the day, too, is like I love going into my iPhone and trading forex a little more,
damn,
like and
it's
food is my
easier.
passion. Food is
It's
my
easier.
passion. It's easier. It's easier. And so what we talk about, say, what we do is we trade forex. We trade foreign exchange. And honestly, moving to the digital age, like even two perfect example. No restaurants have menus anymore. you scan it now, and then when you go to the restaurant, you take your phone out and you scan it, and that's how you get your menu now. This
Mm,
whole world is digital, and if you're
yeah.
not moving forward with the digital society and the way money moves now in the state, you're gonna be behind and lost.
Yes.
You're gonna be
Yes.
lost. Even to like now, like with Doc, she told me like, yo, start buying Bitcoin every week. So I do that. $10 a week, I buy Bitcoin. You
Yeah.
gold and silver, like these things you have to start buying because honestly,
I
the
should have
value of
went
the
got my
dollar is going
silver
up.
from downstairs so I can show you my silver coins. I'm gonna have it next time. I'm gonna show you my silver. I got them. I'm gonna do it next time. That's right. We're accumulating because that's what it's about. It's about setting yourself up for wealth in this space. And the beauty of it is, like Dr. Jewel, she's not only just a mentor for this space, but she's just a mentor, period, when it comes to
Oh yeah,
wealth. When it comes to
yeah,
establishing wealth and letting you know what needs to be done, it's a beautiful thing to be around somebody who does not mind sharing that.
yeah, and that's good. And honestly, too, is just like even to it when you start really doing personal development, God will start putting people in your life who are actually good at where you need to go.
There we go.
The whole point is you have to be open. You know, if you're not open to ideas, to vision, to opportunity, it's
Yeah.
just like you're gonna be losing. And no one wants to feel like I hate the feeling when it's like, man, I really should have did that. Like, I let the opportunity pass. That's not my story anymore. Any
Yeah.
opportunity coming, I'm gonna pray about it. If I get clarity about it, I'm gonna hop on board because I want to see my life expand to the whole nother level.
Yeah, and that's what this Sunday and this talk is about, you guys. It's Stepping Up Sunday. We're talking about those things that not just we're doing, but the people around us are showing us that we need to do so we can step up our game. And we want to offer you guys the same things to step up your
Yeah,
game. It's time for everybody to step up. I mean, there's everybody can grow. Nobody is where they need to be. And so, you know that you're not where you want to be financially. This is the
yeah.
space that you need to get into to get to where you need to be. Plain
Facts,
and simple.
facts. And so, guys, so you're gonna wrap up the call because we know Patty and them about to go warm up.
Patty,
Patty and Gladys,
Patty and
we ain't
Glad.
hold nobody up.
Oh my.
So listen, what we also want to give you opportunity, guys, if you're interested in what we're talking about, if you want to know more what we're talking about, you can reach out to Brandy or myself on our page. You can DM us also on Instagram or on Facebook, as well as reach out to us. We're so excited to see people winning this season. Yeah, if you're
Yes.
looking for change, if you want to see growth, we're here to just share some love and some light and what we have going on. It may not be for you, it may be for you, but honestly, we want to create a space where the opportunity is there. Now tomorrow we're gonna be on for Motivational Monday at 11 a.m. And this week we have somebody super, 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 super special coming on for Wednesday. Wednesday, Wanda Webb is gonna be on here showing out.
Yes. I
All right,
love
guys, so tune in, guys. Have a good Sunday, guys. Enjoy the verses. We about to enjoy it too. All
it.
right,
Yes.
bye, guys.
Love you. Bye.